And who better to have this conversation with this morning than James Wataria? Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Always lovely to have you here. Una to chanua, una to educate, una to idea. And if you've been following this conversation since we started having these conversations about, looking for a job and how to present yourself, the whole HR thing with James Wataria, and you've used those skills and gotten yourself a job, please imagine, text to us, tell us, 111 if it has helped you even apply, if you've made any connection. Today is the day, let us know. But today we are basically talking about why and how we get it wrong as job seekers and some of the things that we need to know and the importance of networking as well.
Yes, networking is very important. What is networking? Let's start from there. Network is simply relationship building. Mm-hmm. It may be with your colleagues in your workplace, people you meet with. They may be decision makers, company CEOs. It may be directors of companies. It may be mama boga in the market. It may be people you go to the same church with. Yes. It may be where you go to on a weekend to hang around.
Yes.
So all those are relationship building. So why are they important? They are important because they help you to achieve your career goals. For you to achieve this, you need to have a strategic plan. You need to have a well thought out plan on how you are going to have this relationship and to attract the right kind of network. Okay. It may be attending an event. It may be connecting on social media, especially on LinkedIn. So you need to have a strategic plan for your future career goals.
That is important that you mentioned, because during the break, James asked me, how was your weekend? I said, it's okay, it was fine. I thank God. And then it was like, did you network? And then I kept quiet for a second and I looked back at what I did over the weekend, and I did network. So networking is not an intentional meeting off. Ati umebeba to business card twako, unaenda networking event. That is not the only kind of networking that you can do. And that is what you're saying.
Yes.
That it could be anywhere, even in church. It could be mama mboga. It's how you present yourself, what you do, how you interact with people.
Yes. It is both formal and informal.
Yes.
So when you are interacting with the people, you need to know you are communicating your blood, right? From the time you leave your house in the morning to the world. Whoever you will meet now will have an opinion about you if you don't communicate who you are. And one of the best way of communicating who you are is, for example, for you to become the best program host, and to be the best communication specialist for company brands. So you need to now to be consistent on that on all platforms, whether online or offline. Yes. People you interact with and what you share on social media. Because now what you are telling people is that when you have a one-on-one on me, whatever I post is the conversation we are going to have. Until if you are used to using very vulgar language, that's how people will see you.
Yes.
And you have seen people who have lost huge contracts because of something they said online. And companies drop them because now this is not the value, this is not our start as a company.
That is so true. And just to reiterate what you're saying, sometimes I'd get an inbox. Oh, Mukali, I'm looking for a job. I need this, I need that. And then I choose to just check your profile. And then I go to your profile and I'm looking, thinking, yawa.
It's an egg.
Where would you be posting almost nude pictures and now you want this? Like, it doesn't communicate who you are and what you're saying to me in my inbox. So you present yourself on different platforms, and that is how we will take you or view you as.
That is your brand.
That is your brand.
How you interact with the people and what you post, that is your brand.
Yes.
And that's what people need to know. Social media has become very huge.
That's true.
We're in technology revolution. You're even having Zoom meetings now. Recruitment is online. So these days, before a hiring manager calls you for an interview, go through your social media to see whether if this candidate is vulgar on social media, what will make him or her not vulgar in the workplace.
And the internet never forgets.
Doesn't forget.
Yeah.
So what you project out there is very important. So you need to, and that doesn't mean you don't have an opinion about something. You might be having a very strong opinion about politics or about topical issues that we have. But now you need to be strategic to attract the right kind of networks. So what you need to communicate is what you stand for.
That's true.
What people can have one-on-one conversation with you and say, now there's somebody now who is focused, and now at least he can be able to be employed in our company and do ABCD. Yeah.
That is so true. I think it's also looking at. It doesn't matter what it is that you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, it matters, yes. But if it's what you stand for, what you fight for. Say, for example, Boniface Mwangi. We know him as an activist.
Yes.
Now, if all of a sudden we see him talking about how the government of the day is amazing,
Yeah.
or, like it will sit kind of weird with everybody.
Yeah.
So it might look like he's fighting. Tunamjua kama msee wa mawe wa kupull vitu chini na ku stand his ground and the pigs and everything.
Yeah.
So it is what he stands for,
Yes.
and he will stand again
Yes.
to say this is it.
Yes.
Usiseme do not contradict yourself.
Yes. And for you to be able to build this brand, you need to have a plan. You need, first of all, to look inward yourself and find out what are your strengths.
Yep.
What you need to figure out, if it is your education, where are your strengths, if in social life, where are your strengths, if how you interact with people, what are your strengths. People have got different talents, by the way.
That's true.
You can be very good in the office in terms of accounting, but you're a very good MC. You can communicate very well. So the way you communicate, so people know you. People know you as a good MC, or people know you as someone who uses vulgar language on Facebook.
You decide.
You decide.
You decide
The
what
choice
it is
yours.
that you want.
Yeah.
So we were going to talk about some of the things that we do wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, while networking and stuff, and maybe we can start on that.
Well, there are so many bizarre things that people do wrong when they are networking. I'll just name a few.
Yes.
One of them is use of business cards.
Okay. That is, that's a good place to start.
So business cards are used by some professionals or some people to introduce themselves to a certain network.
Okay.
So so they use the law of the average, where the more you dish the business
Yes,
card,
yes,
they
yes,
think it
yes.
is how you are going to have a lot of networks.
Yes.
It doesn't work like that. So you get to an event, you get someone standing on the door dishing out business cards, or where people are having a listing room dishing out or handing in business cards,
Yes.
and he thinks that he has networked a lot.
Allah.
It doesn't work like that. Business cards are used to cement an already existing relationship.
Yes.
After I have had a conversation with you, then I can give you my business card.
Okay.
I'm very sure you have a business card, you don't know who gave you.
That's true. And I end up now just removing
Yeah,
them
it is a
eventually
piece of
and
paper.
just-
So that's one way of where people get along. You should use your business card to cement an already existing relationship. Where another point that where people go wrong is about your body language.
Okay.
Your body language speaks a lot when you're communicating with people, especially now offline, one-on-one.
Yeah.
When especially if you are getting to an event or you're meeting someone new, our body have a natural tendency of being a little bit anxious and shy.
Yeah.
So if you are not able to overcome that, your mind sends negative messages in your body. So you find yourself holding hands like this, touching your face, being unwelcoming.
Okay.
So what that does is it leads to an increase of a hormone called cortisol. This is a stress hormone.
Okay.
So this hormone automatically makes you unappealing,
Unapproachable.
So you are wondering why people are not approaching me. It is
Yes.
because they have already, it appears subconsciously to people that you are not welcoming. The reverse is also true. When you walk into a room, your shoulders are
Confidence.
up, your chin's high, your
Yes.
arms are relaxed. There is release of a hormone called testosterone, a feel-good hormone that balances the cortisol hormone.
Okay.
So the point is always, even if you are nervous and you feel a little bit shy, compose yourself and now walking in a composed way, confident, shoulders open, chin high, and the body will now react towards that and release the feel good hormone.
That's why sometimes you'll see someone walking and everybody just stops.
Yeah.
And they look at them and
their presence.
Yes.
Yeah.
They step in and you
Yeah.
feel them. Then when the other person on the other side is feeling shy and, shocked and not very approachable, the person who will approach them will probably tell them, uko sawa.
Yeah.
Do you
yeah,
need,
exactly.
because
Another
they're
point.
already sensing
Yeah.
that you're not okay.
Because they have shrinked.
Yes.
They have condensed.
Yeah.
Even if you are 6 feet like me, you appear like you are 4 feet.
Oh my goodness. So you work against, your body works against you.
Yeah. And the chances of networking in an event becomes very minimal.
And some of the things I think maybe to just add on to what you're saying that you could do to just make sure that probably inakuongezea confidence. Maybe you're shy, ikuongezea confidence kidogo, maybe dress up well.
Yeah.
Dress up well, put on your nice cologne, groom nicely. Then you'll feel confident hata kama uko ndani unateseka.
And then be your natural self
Yes.
when you are talking to people. If you're talking to people, let your feet face the person you're talking to, let your shoulders, let your hips face the person you're talking to. If you are
body
facing this
language.
way and you are talking to this person, then you are telling this person,
No, face this way.
I have another business to do.
Yes.
I don't need you. So
Yeah.
I'm running away. So this person now will lose interest with you.
Okay.
So the body language is very important in networking.
Face the person that you're talking to
Yeah.
with your body.
Yeah.
Engage them.
Yeah. Eye contact. Yeah. Yeah.
How do we
That
shake
shows-
hands though?
So before Corona,
Okay, well. Now we
the
are not.
firm handshake used to communicate a lot.
Okay.
But if you are the one that just greetings like this,
Yes.
it shows either you are scared or you are nervous or you are something. So your body language now, that person will be start wondering, am I that scaring or am I not that appealing or what is it? I mean, there's
am
so
I
many questions
repulsive?
now that will hinder now free communication between you and the person your network.
And that's it.
Yeah.
You've already killed
Yeah.
the deal before it
You have killed
just
the chemistry.
began. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
If you have any questions whatsoever on, networking and making first impression as a job seeker, please send that in 111 That is our SMS line. It's just going to cost you $1 to do that. You can find us on social media, Switch TV KE on Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook. We're taking a very short commercial break. When we come back, James Otari will still be here with us. Welcome back to Full Circle. We're talking to job seekers this morning and networking, the hows and the whys we do it wrong. What are the things to do when you want to network right? And we have James Otari in the building. Asante san. I hope you guys are taking notes. Hey, because so we talked about how we don't dish out cards,
Yes.
how we shouldn't be feeling timid and
Yep.
nervous and hiding in a corner because that definitely pushes people away. And we've also talked about how when you bring in the confidence, then you attract people. How I shake hands, how my body language is. If I'm facing you, if I'm talking to you, my body needs to face you, and eye contact as well. Hi.
So the next way that people do long in networking is just focusing on the senior management level or senior professionals.
Okay.
Forgetting that even the tea girl or the gate man, the receptionist, they can open doors for you that you have never imagined. A good example is the personal assistant or the executive assistant. They manage the itineraries and the corridors of the executives. So you can be able to be scheduled a meeting by a PA. You've just built rapport with a PA or an executive assistant to the most busy CEO or the company president that you have ever imagined. But you've just focused on connecting with this particular individual at that level. He's so busy, he may not even get to know you who you are. But if you connect with the assistant, the PA,
Yes.
if people schedule you for a meeting with this individual, and you have that's one way of where people go wrong, that they just focus on the most senior, but they forget that there are people that can connect you to the decision makers and open doors for you.
Absolutely. You know, this reminded me of a story a young man shared, I think on Switch as well. He was trying to get a job. He'd gone for an audition. So he went, and the first day, the gate security guard,
Yeah.
akaambia "Yes, asante sana," akampatia ka 50 bob ile ya,
Yeah,
"Hey,
actually.
Ivo. Next time, Ivo." So this man ended up working at that station. Well, it was a TV station. It was a conversation that was had on TV, so it's not a
Yeah.
secret, really. He ended up working at this TV station for a while without being employed. But
Yeah.
every day he's there, parking his car, giving out money, you know. Anamsalimia tu because alikuwa mzuri.
Yeah, yeah.
Haitishi kitambulisho ya
Yeah,
kazini.
yeah, yeah.
But then through that, he actually now got an official job
Yeah.
and because he'd trained for that.
Yeah.
But it's the connection or how you treat the person who most people will just pass.
Yeah.
They'll be like, wewe ashanipite, mimi ni mkubwa kukuliko ama.
Yeah. And even when you attend interviews, that forms part of the interview in some companies.
Yes.
How you treated the gate man, how you
Yes.
treated the receptionist.
Yes.
They are going to be asked for feedback on how you treated them, how you approached them, how you talked to them. If you are rude to them, if you are not kind to them, then what makes you think that you are going to be kind to the boss? So some of the jobs are lost at that point. So it's very important to treat everyone you see because you never know the opportunities that they are going to open for you.
That is true.
That gate man may recommend you to someone who may have a very nice job for you. So everywhere you go, know that you're communicating your blood. Know that every person you meet is a network.
That
Bottom
is so
line.
true. Great. Can I just throw this in before we go to the next one?
Yeah.
So you go for an event and it's, you know, the who's and who's. Somehow you get yourself in.
Yeah.
And then instead of, you know, doing the networking that's supposed to be done, you start asking for favors.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's another very wrong thing that people do. It should be more of what you can provide for this company or for this person, the value you can add to them.
Yes.
So, what you're supposed to do is to strike a conversation with this person and get to know them better. And one of the best way to strike a conversation with a network is getting to know, getting to connect with them at a personal level, at a social level. They get to lower their guard rather than at the professional level where the guard is very high. You get to know their background. Where did they school? How did they get the first job? Get to connect them from the background. If there are things they like, if, for example, you have been following them and they like community service, they like hiking, you can ask them, when are you hiking next so that I can join you. If you strike at that from a social and personal, you're able to have a very deep conversation other than at a professional level. It doesn't matter how formal the meeting may look, but always try and strike a conversation from a personal level. Okay.
And it might not be taken to offense if, but it depends on the setting as well.
It depends on the setting. Also how networking is a skill. So you need to know how to approach these people from a personal point of view. For example, you can compliment them on the work they do in the company, how they have steered the company towards success. How you can compliment them on an award that they were given, on an award that they won. You can compliment them on a certain speech that they give.
Okay.
From there, now you can be able to have a flow of conversation. I'll be surprised how they are going to open up, and now it will be conversational.
That is so true. Instead of looking like the kind of person who just wants to get something from them.
Yeah.
It looks like you're interested in what they do. That sets you up at a better place.
You appear selfish. You appear like you don't know how to communicate your value. So they just lose interest at that point. So it's very good to ask intentional questions.
Okay.
For example, there's a question that's very common that people ask at what do you do for a living? I mean, people should now be creative. People should now be creative. Yeah? Yeah, somebody can tell you these days I milk lions or something like that. So you need to have you need to be more creative.
Okay.
Like what motivates you to do what you do.
Okay.
That will catch them off guard, and they will be able to have now a conversation on how they got there and what motivates them.
Absolutely. I remember the last time you were here, or the last couple of times, you've mentioned how when you go to an interview, you could tell them the things that you can do to improve or
Yes.
better their company.
Yes, yes.
But when you're networking, this is not the place to do that.
This
Is it the place to say how nikikuja kwa kampuni yenu nitafanya na nitafanya?
after you have it's after you have built a rapport
Okay.
during your conversation.
Yes.
Now you can tell them, now I saw your company is selling these products.
Okay.
And I have been to your website and have seen now there is the way I can be able to improve the way you do your things. I'll be like, oh, you have been to our website? Can I get your contact? You see?
That is a
After
good way.
building a network, conversation rapport for some time.
That's when you drop that in.
Yeah.
Si ukikutana naye mara ya kwanza namwambia here your company needs my services.
Yeah.
Alafu unampatia kadi unatembea.
Yeah, like, who are you? I
Yeah.
don't even know you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first thing is to strike that rapport.
Okay.
And it's a skill that people need to have, because it many people do not have the natural flair of strike a conversation with strangers, except people like Mwikari and a few others who can strike a conversation with the strangers.
Yeah.
So it is a skill that people need to develop, and you can do this by practicing it with every person that you meet and every event that you go, whether it is formal or informal.
And this could be, like you said, Mama Mboga,
Yeah.
Kanisani,
Yeah.
those the things, the places that you hang out.
Yeah, don't just go to Mama Mboga and ask how much is this 20 bob. Just ask them how have their day been, what are the challenges in this
Yeah.
challenging times of COVID-19, and they'll be able to be able to know what is happening around you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a couple of SMSs here. Morning, Wikali, I'm tuned in. On using the business card, it is so true. It actually, I was telling him, I remember I've seen a business card today in the morning. But the reason why I have never thrown it away is because I remember the conversation I had with that person, and I know that I will need
Yes.
that contact.
Yes.
That's why I still keep it and hold on to it. But zile zingine sikumbuki, unanipatia tu kwa sababu watu wanapatiana.
Yeah. And
Does
the
it
reason
make
you still
sense?
have that is because it is cemented the
Yes, it
conversation
did.
and the relationship that you had.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is so true.
That's what everyone should aim at.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you just give me a second, those are a piece of papers. People
Yeah.
do not even, you may even find it dropped out there.
At the same event.
Yes, same event.
Hello, Mwikali. It's Alexia from Eldoret. I'm learning a bunch with you this morning. I have a function this weekend and I was wondering where to start on networking, but you've given me the confidence to rock the room.
Yes.
Have a good day. Thank you so much for sharing. Please send them in your questions as well. 111 that is our SMS line. Switch TV KE on Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook as well. Let's talk about, now that you've created, does it matter the kind of event you're at and the kind of networking that you should do? So say, for example, it is a party. Then that's a different way that I will approach people. And most of the people will not want to talk about work a lot at such events.
Yeah.
And what if it's a straight-on networking event that has been put together for people to come in and network for business?
So these are two different platforms. So, but I can tell you the social platform, you can be able to build more rapport and more relationship more than the formal one.
Okay.
Because as I had said earlier, people have their guards are down.
Yes.
At social events.
Uh-huh.
You can be able to have deep conversations. You can even, when you have a sit down and you probably having a cup of coffee, they can be able to tell you where they come from, where they studied, the challenges they have been. So the deep conversation, when a person is talking about them, there is a certain kind of connection. And now, by the time you people you are parting ways, probably you might ask for your contact. So, but for an event, there is a way you can also start it in a networking event. There is a way you can turn it around and have very many contacts with people who can remember you.
Okay.
One of it is having a plan. Have a plan that by the end of this evening, I will have talked to 3 people, and this is what I will have said to them.
Okay.
For example, if you wanted to talk to the director, you should be able to now to connect with the director from his personal point of view. That is, if he did a presentation, you can be able now go to work onto the manager and tell him, I like the presentation. I like the way you are driving the company. And the director will respond. And
Yeah.
from there, you'll be able to ask the relevant questions like, how did you get to this point? Do not ask for favors at that point.
Okay.
So from there, you can have people now to ask, what are the services that you do? What are the projects that you are doing?
Yes.
And how can I be of help? These are my skills.
Okay.
This is what I have done. After you have built a rapport for some time and had a conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So don't go there intending to talk to like 55 people at the same time, because you wouldn't be able to give them as much time as you would have given the 3 people that you've decided, I target this and this and this because I know they will be at this event. This is happening on the day of networking.
Yeah.
Now let's look at post networking. So uli dish out cards at Awoko Kota Kadi. You had conversations and people talked to you as well. Then there's the following up bit of it.
Yes, and that's where that's where so many people lose networks, because now they are not able to follow up. They got the business cards. No, what next from that point?
Yeah.
So now, there are different ways you can be able to follow up on with this network.
Okay.
One, if you are able to know the services or the products or the common area of interest with you, you can be able to follow up with this.
Yes.
So if they tell you that they like community service, you can be able to follow up with them. Oh, you told me you like community service. When are you going for the next community service? How can I join you? That would be a more better conversation other than the general chit chat, which may not yield anything.
Yes.
Yeah. What are the projects that you told me you are doing these projects? How can I be of value
Yes.
to your company? So you are able to follow up using the conversation you had through your products and services that they offer, through your area of common interest. Okay. The other way you can be able to do this is if you found out that they are doing something that you also do, and probably you have written a report or a project, is an ongoing project, you can tell them to review. You'll be surprised how many people are willing to help. But without demanding too much from them.
Okay.
You can tell them, can you review this report? For our conversation is like, you have done this report. Can you review it for me? From there now, you'll be able to have a conversation about the report. And when they have an opportunity, if they see your skills are so good in whatever you do, probably they will call you for the same projects in their company.
That is so true. And if they have other events that are coming up
Yes.
that are open probably to public, you could find your way in there, or
Yes.
to just show interest
Yes.
without demanding a lot from them as well.
Yes. The other way that people find it a little bit difficult is being direct. If you found out that after having a conversation, their project that they are doing, their services that they are offering, you can just go direct and say, now, from our conversation we had,
Yes.
I found out that you have ABCD. How can I be of help? I've got ABCD skills, and this is what I can be able to do for you. Be direct after some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for the people who you're looking at to give you a job, so these are the employers.
Yeah.
Now we look on their end and what we need to see or how they need to react. How do you then reject someone who's come onto you strongly saying that I need this, do you have a platform for this? How do you say no as an employer without, being disrespectful or putting them down completely?
What you can tell the job seekers, tell them now, you are so qualified according to our conversation. You seem to have a plan on your
Yes.
career.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we are not having the job right now. There are no openings now, but in the near future, I will keep your contact. I will call you.
So direct as well.
Yeah.
It is better than keeping quiet.
Yeah. Feedback is very important to
It
give
is.
you closure.
Yes.
So that you can move on.
Absolutely.
It also gives you the respect to this person because he's truthful and he has told you he'll contact you when they have an opportunity. Rather than keeping you hanging there, just there, nothing is moving. So, and that is one of the problems I have with most employers. They invite people for
Because people will
interviews.
be there
They
saying,
don't give feedback.
but James Alisema, we called back and we called back and nobody's getting back to us.
so it's very important to have closure.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, SMS line, that's 1114411. We have one here says, hi Mukali, following the show, very informative. Ask Mr. Watari if age is a barrier in getting jobs in Kenya. I'm a lady aged 42 years old and I have always worked as a receptionist. I until I lost my job due to COVID 2020. COVID in 2020. I have been trying to get a job in vain. Kindly advise.
Wow. So, we are having a very young kind of population that's seeking for jobs.
Yes.
So the older generation feel like they are left out because they are competing with the very sharp individuals and people who are very fast. But that does not mean that all is gone and all is lost. There are companies who are looking for this kind of mature individuals to be able to steer the company.
Okay.
So what she needs to do, she has the skills, she has the experience, and one way that she has advantage over the young ones is the expertise and the experience that she has. So 42 is not old. 42 should be able to package themselves and put herself out there. And packaging is another skill that people need to have.
Yeah.
You need to try all your work on all platforms, whether it is LinkedIn, whether it's sending out CV, and whether it is networking. Have a plan about your career.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this one we've answered, but I'll just read it out. Good morning. Y'all look great and thanks for such a great topic. My question is, after networking in an informal setup, how does one bring in the formal setup because his or her guard is up? I think you answered that one as well. So you need to start soft as you go into making your or asking your question. I think this is our final question before I let you go, Mr. Watare. Hello, good morning. I'm Sharon. Kindly, may he address on how I should approach a panel?
A panel, I'm thinking is an interview?
I think this is an interview, yes.
Wow. First is your body language, and I'll keep repeating this. Body language is very important.
Okay.
The way you walk into the room, let people feel your presence, even if you are the introvert kind of. You feel a bit nervous, you shy, and sometimes you are scared. Walk in. These are normal people just like you. You go to the same supermarket with them. You go to the same church with them. So they just happen to be on the other side today. Tomorrow you can be the one. So just treat them. One of the best way to treat an interview is treat it as a normal conversation between you and a friend.
Okay.
You'll be able to remove all the fear, all the nervousness, and be able to strike a good conversation with the recruiters.
Okay.
Treat it as normal conversation, bottom line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All the best, Sharon, if you have a panel interview coming up. Yeah. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. Nazilia Tujajibu, maybe they can directly get through to you.
Yes, James Watare on all social media platforms, and I keep insisting LinkedIn is the platform. Connect with me there. If you don't have a profile, kindly create one and optimize it.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
We're going to take a very short commercial break. We'll be right back. This is Full Circle with Mukali.